So you may have heard, probably heard, that the GBC passed a resolution that's going to allow Vaishnavis to give diksha. They must be over 55, and the temple president can decide whether or not he wants to allow that Vaishnavi to give diksha in his temple. Some temples in some parts of the world feel that it would be unfavorable. Other temples feel it would be very favorable. I don't know what side of the issue you are on, but the interesting thing is, when the news was released, a lot of devotees were very happy, and a lot of devotees were very unhappy. Some are very supportive of the decision, and some are against the decision. So it's an interesting dynamic, and a dynamic that we will see in the future amongst other issues that tend to be divisive. This has been a divisive issue because there was some question as to whether women who are not liberated could actually give diksha, although it seemed, from what Prabhupada said, that he wanted all his disciples, if they're qualified, to become diksha gurus. And so this discussion has been going on for about 15 years. And finally, the decision was made to substantiate the reality that Prabhupada told, that women can give diksha, and make some adjustment for areas of the world in which the leadership feels that it would not be advantageous. So, whatever side of the issue you're on, there's a challenge. The challenge is to dislike the people who don't agree with you, to condemn the people, to think that they don't understand the philosophy, or to think maybe they're misogynistic, or maybe they're feministic, maybe they're women's libbers, maybe they hate women. And so we don't want to get into that. We want to learn to respect views of others, at least respect the person, even if we don't respect the view. We respect the view in the sense of respect him and his right to have the view, or her, and we respect their understanding and intelligence and angle of vision, but it may differ from our angle of vision or the way we see the issue. And it would be a great mistake to condemn the person because they don't agree with us. Condemn them saying that you don't understand the philosophy, you don't understand what Prabhupada wanted, and so forth. Both sides have arguments which have validity within the context in which they're being argued. So we need to learn how to respect others. We need to learn how to build a house in which the whole world can live. If we don't learn how to do this, which I think is the bigger issue than Vaishnavi diksha gurus, the real issue is how a society can move forward when it's so divided over an issue, and not cause enmity to exist between devotees and not cause the society to divide. That's the real challenge. So whatever the side of the issue you are on, the most important thing is to be respectful of those on the other side. Now, as I've often said, when this issue came up and both sides of the issue were being discussed, I often said or felt that how will you ultimately know who's right unless you allow a woman to give diksha? And some said it will be very successful. Some said it wouldn't for various reasons. Well, how will you ultimately prove it? Because it's a divisive issue. Both can prove on the basis of Shastra that she should. Both can prove on the basis of Shastra that they're right, that she should or she shouldn't. So how do we deal with that? Well, we will see. When a woman becomes a guru and she accepts disciples, we'll see how it goes. And if it goes well, then it goes well. If it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well, and then we can adapt and adjust. So let us see, let us be open, let us be respectful, and primarily, let us not make offenses against those we disagree with, because that would be, for lack of a better word, very stupid. And Maya is always trying to get us to oppose one another and fight with one another, because that's the best weapon against pushing our movement forward. So don't allow Maya to disturb you in that way. Even if you disagree, at least be respectful. Don't disagree with offense, with criticism. Then that brings us below the Vaishnava level. And that would be perhaps even worse than whatever decision you're against, or whatever decision is made, then condemning and criticizing, in a sense, is even worse than what you're fearing could happen, because this is how we would tear ourselves apart. Hare Krishna.